to accomplish all this, to engage this, what I was getting as you were speaking is a requirement for every individual before coming back into the collective, every individual to rewire themselves, that it's time for you to be honest with your personality, your ego, in your tradition, your masks. What are these things that you've accumulated that you know isn't working for yourself, and how is that affecting the whole? If we all go back in and say, I'm going to test all my belief systems, are they valid or not? For example, how attached am I to a political party, and how dogmatic am I around the politics of that party and believe in that party? That might be one, because we're very polarized. And the only way I know to do that is to create silence, periods of silence where you can observe what your mind is telling you about who you think you are. If somebody's saying, yeah, all this is really wonderful, but what do I do? And maybe I'm jumping ahead to the question, what can we do individually? But these are all tied in anyway. They all are interwoven. So the purpose of this oil spill, in summary, as we've been talking about, is to tell you that, it's not working the way it is, both individually and collectively. We've created a mess, and now on the physical level, it's happening in the water. It's already happened in the air. We know. You called disease, poisons, all those things you talked about. So this is the new mission. I think we've seen the purpose of what this is. We talked about why this happened. We talked about all the underlying truths in number one, in the question one, and this is the question two. So that's what I have to say.
Do you want to comment on that, Kay? Or
do you have something to say?
Well, just getting back to the purpose again, it seems like something of this catastrophic nature most unfortunately needed to happen to shock us out of our malaise of still sitting back and letting the powers that be have control, and thinking and believing that there's nothing that we can do. And I think something of this magnitude, it certainly touches my heart powerfully, and I know it does for many people, maybe because of the water. It contains so much of our feeling of emotion that it will hopefully activate people to do the deep soul searching that Alan is talking about, and also to, what can I do to change my life and change the situation? Focus, as you're saying, really focus and activate. Hopefully. I'm curious myself what's in store for me. So
the key's in the focusing. Focusing your attention. It's what your attention is focused on. That's what you're thinking and what you're feeling emotionally, and what your beliefs are. A lot of beliefs that we don't even know we have. They're very subconscious. And finding those out, finding them and examining them, throwing most of those away, and acquiring new concepts, new ideas. Not being quite so willing to take on beliefs blindly, but to examine things with a little bit more scientific clarity, with clear eye, with a true eye, from your heart. And that's what they're saying. The power of our minds, the power of our emotions as entities is astoundingly powerful. Well, people just don't have any clue out there. They've hidden that concept from themselves very, very, very well. But we are astoundingly powerful. We can accomplish just about anything, especially when we collect together. And that's what this is going to take. That's what the spirits want. That's what they're trying to tell us. We need to focus. We need to wake up out of that stupor. Focus and focus on a different way of living, a different way of thinking and feeling, a whole different way of living out, taking action in the world, how we live our lives technologically.
Yeah, I like the piece about caring and commitment.
The caring and commitment.
A good motivator.
You know, a lot of us, you know, you hear these people about, oh, they really feel sorry, they care, they really, this is heartbreaking. Mm-hmm. There's no commitment. There's nothing behind it. Mm-hmm. We have to learn how to be more equitable in collecting resources and utilizing them. Yeah. This is new thought, new ideas, new ways of approaching everything, every step of the way. It's surprising how much of the old thinking sneaks into our different little patterns of what we've been doing and thinking, and how even when we start to dig up these different beliefs and we start thinking up new concepts. Well, we should try to do it this way, and maybe this kind of idea or this kind of technology. We're still dragging some baggage from the old paradigm with us. And as long as we're doing that, there's something that's not going to work. It's a rock in the wheel. It's just something not going to work quite right. Everything has to be new thought. Everything thought out differently so that it's win-win-win. In the Whitaker's tradition, the spirits are always talking about this. Everything has to be win-win-win. You don't purposefully set out and do things that you know are going to be at something else, else's expense, somebody else's expense. Win-win-win. And there are technologies that are accessible and that we can devise, we can put together. We can have electrical type of power in our house and our gadgets, and we can have vehicles that transport us around. There's all this different sorts of things that we can still have. It's how we've gone about putting them together that just wreaks havoc. It all has to change. It all has to change. And we can do this very rapidly. This time period, this line right here, this is a horizontal line through the middle. That's here and now. Here is the change. Big, massive change. It's very close. We can achieve huge, radical changes in our world. We can get rid of all oil technology in an extremely short period of time. This piece is on the left arm. This is our strength. This is our power. This is how we're going to succeed. This mirror piece over here is technologies. New technologies on the other arm. That's our strength to head in brand new directions. This whole thing with the power grid type of system, the oil technologies, everything that's dependent on it, it's got to go. And the other kind of technologies that are dependent on poisonous substances, mining that just ruins everything for miles and miles around the site, it's got to go. There's other ways to do it. And that's where we have to head. Focus. That's what the spirits are saying. Focus. Thank you all.
Yes, thanks.